2, 1. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
It's 2024!
Allegedly.
Oh.
We could have gotten back in time.
Ooh.
So,
So,
let's talk about New Year's
let's talk about
and everything that revolves around it.
Cheers.
So, typically leading up to New Year's, one would do a recap of the past year. Or like when I see TV channels, everybody's like, the year in review. Yeah. So let's talk about it.
Remember when YouTube Rewind was a thing that people cared about?
I miss YouTube Rewind. I miss good YouTube Rewinds.
I don't either.
Yeah. I miss good YouTube Rewinds. It was
always so lame, and people made a cameo for half a second at best.
The first one, cool. That's something different.
Like, I love the idea of it, but the execution was always just, let's cram as many people as we can in here.
No, I think that's what it became after a couple years.
Absolutely.
Like, I think we had the golden years of YouTube Rewind, which are maybe 2009 to 2013-ish era.
2009? Is that when it started?
I don't know. But, like, because I remember the one with Psy, and then the one where they did Let It Go, and,
yeah, and then just...
And, like, with the guitar, because, Walk the Earth did that. They got really big off that one guitar, 5 people on one guitar, so rest in peace, Beard Man.
Oh, no.
He did?
Rest in peace.
He passed a couple years ago, I think.
Oh, poor guy.
Was it the people who were the band The Key of Awesome?
No, it's Walk Off the Earth.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, that's what he just said.
I didn't know you just named it like a song or something.
No, that's the band name.
Because
cool. they did covers.
Yeah.
And then they started doing their own music.
It was The Key of Awesome who did that. But I could be
that's
those are other people.
Yeah. There are more than one.
But they blew up with the 5 people on guitar. With the beard guy going bling. And it was great. But so it turns out first year was 2010.
Wow.
And then they stopped in 2009. Or 2019.
So that doesn't make sense.
2019. There's a 9, but there's also 1.
Yeah.
So 2019. So there are 10 YouTube Rewinds.
Interesting.
Okay.
But I feel like 10 to 13 was like where it was good, and then they kept like, oh, we have to one up the last year, and then it just became so much. Also, I feel like the hottest songs of the year were getting worse.
I think that's been a trend for a while now.
Yeah.
Well, I think like this song you could have had some good music, like the Dua Lipa song from Barbie movie.
Yeah.
That's the only one that comes to mind.
That one? You said Barbie, and that's the only song I know from the Barbie movie that I remember.
I don't even know what you just sang.
Oh, now,
yeah.
Now you know.
You know, the one where she's talking to the grandma and then she cries because she's thinking about all the women in the world. We're thinking of the same song. I'm just saying.
The only 2 songs I can think of with the Barbie movie are the Pink song, which is the opening song.
Not that one. That's not the one.
It's pink.
Yeah, that's
goes with everything by Lizzo. And then there's the I can't think of what the name of the Dua Lipa song is.
The one. You know?
No.
Yeah, John, you're right.
I'll come back to it. Hold on.
No,
I'll look it up.
hold
You guys
on.
keep talking about
No,
it.
I know it's right on my YouTube Music.
Anyway,
Oh my god, that's loud. Not that one. No.
Yeah, there's a Dua Lipa one.
There's another one at the end.
What are you thinking? It's not getting clearer.
No, Josh, I'm with you. I totally get it. I'm on your...
Hey, hold on. I'll look it up.
It's not getting clear. But I think this year was probably the first year, and maybe the last 5, that would have been a good year for YouTube Rewind. Because you could have done Barbie parodies. We have the good music, or like better music for it. Like, the whole Barbenheimer thing would have been parodied.
But that's not a YouTube thing, though. And the point, and I think that this was what kind of...
No,
I
but...
don't know why we're talking about this, but I think that that's what led to a decline in YouTube Rewind, is it stopped being about YouTube.
But when anything becomes popular in pop culture, YouTube is also a huge part of pop culture.
Yeah, but YouTube has its own culture, and when you shift away from the culture of YouTube and you get it now into having Will Smith be the main guy of the YouTube Rewind, that's when people have a problem, and when the quality goes down, is now it stops becoming about what YouTube is supposed to be about.
No, but you can't say Barbie and stuff is not a big part of YouTube, because people are making tons of Barbie content. Like, you can't say that those are separate from YouTube.
I'm not saying it's inherently separate. What I'm saying is that that is not what the core essence of YouTube culture is. That is a larger cultural phenomena, but that's if you think of YouTube, you're not thinking Barbieheimer.
Wait for it. There it is. See, I got it. But it's not. It's who would you say it was?
I said Dua Lipa.
Yeah, it's not. It's not Dua Lipa. It's Billie Eilish. That's my bad.
Oh yeah, no, you were right.
But I was right on the key. Yeah. Anyways, let's go.
Good.
You know the song?
No, you were right, Josh.
I was on key.
You were, yeah. Honestly, that's pretty good. Anyway, this isn't about YouTube Rewind.
Or
this
Barbie.
Is about 2023.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think
and the
YouTube Rewind is fair to talk about in a New Year's thing because it's something that we usually would rewind the year, and we're talking about a rewind. What happened this year?
Not much. We moved. We killed a man.
A lot happened this year.
Okay.
Like, I know we talked about a year in Rewind shifted a couple months away because we did our birthday podcast.
Sure.
2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Or 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm. You'll get there.
And, but, you know, there's 3 more months in there. So, you know, why don't you talk about a little bit of what happened this year? Ryan, you go first.
What happened this year?
Yeah, 2023.
The first half of the year was fine. It was nothing super eventful.
And then we got real.
And then, yeah. And
we
then,
went to Florida and shit happened.
yeah, and then
You
I
guys did do a lot of traveling.
found a career and I applied to grad schools and summer was busy with that. And then we traveled a lot and then started grad school and then it's just been school and being busy.
Mm-hmm.
For the second half of the year, and it's been pretty much nonstop since June, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, we did like all our traveling in the first half of the year though. Like last year, we started off the year by going to Mammoth. I want Mom to know that we remember.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. I don't know what that's from, but I have friends who say it all the time.
It's just a meme.
It's
just
from
like
the
it's
Pepperidge
hilarious.
Farms.
But we went to Mammoth. Then we went to Las Vegas.
Hey, yeah, we did.
And then we went to New York.
We did. For work.
We made it to Palm Springs at some point.
Yeah. We saw Teddy.
We saw Teddy.
Roosevelt?
Teddy's a corgi.
Yeah, actually.
Teddy's a corgi, and I love him.
It's true. He would die for him.
I also love his owners and his brother, but Teddy. There's a special. He peed on me the first time we met. It was a connection. It was instant connection. Anyway.
You know what, that one rapper who peed on that one girl?
Oh,
anyways.
That's such a callback.
Wait, what?
What was his name?
I don't remember.
I don't know, it's not
I
important.
remember that
Go
being a thing.
I'll look it up. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah,
but
why
yeah,
not?
and then, you know, we went to the UK, and then we went to Florida, and we never left our locations ever again.
Well, it's been busy. I've been in school.
But then, you know, at the end of the year, we did
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
He's the
Who'd
one
he
who-
pee on?
I don't know, some girl.
Oh, like a rando.
Yeah.
No famous person.
No, as far as I'm aware of.
Let's see.
He was sentenced in prison for it.
Yeah.
Because
There's the
she
whole-
was a 14-year-old.
He did a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
Anyway, and in the last 3 months, a lot happened. So October was just like rough, and then in November we thought. I came in November being like, I got no plans. I'm finally gonna have some weekends where I can just relax until Thanksgiving. It's gonna be great.
And then slap in
And
the
then our
face.
landlord was like, "Bitch, you thought?" And he was like, "Actually, we're gonna sell the house." And then we spent all of November trying to figure out where we were gonna live and stuff. And then beginning of December we moved, and then we just finished unpacking like last weekend.
That's true.
So, and we still have some stuff to like put together, but like 90% of the way there.
Yeah, we have a bed to form at some point.
Yeah, but so I mean, it's nice going into 2024 being like, state like nothing else big is gonna happen right now.
Yeah, we're finally entering a state where things are very
Gotta knock on wood.
very stable. So hopefully, you know, that goes forward for at least a little while until next year. I'm sure stuff happens.
Can I have
stuff
like
always happens.
a month or two where things just go smoothly?
We'll see.
That's all I need right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what about you? 2023 in review.
I mean, you were there for most of it.
I was there, but you had your own moments.
I did. I don't remember most of them.
You
got a new job. That's
a big one.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, me and Ian had a whole conversation about what I want to do with my life, and I had an existential crisis.
We did. We had some big moments.
Yeah, I had an existential crisis. Cried a lot. Got on medication. Working like a charm.
Also good.
Yeah. Also. Oh yeah, got medication. Working like a charm. He's now using that as an excuse for me to do more stressful things.
That's not true.
That's 100% true. Oh, Josh can drive now because his anxiety medication.
Yeah,
is
you
working.
bring that up a lot.
You do bring that up a lot.
Yeah.
I'm barely with you.
Yeah.
You also bring it up quite a bit.
Not as much as you.
Him saying this is something that helps does not give you clearance to use that anytime you want him to do something.
Look, he would have probably ended up driving anyway, but then, it's less stressful for him now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's nice.
It is nice. It is nice not being as stressed about things. However, that being said, with my medications, I still feel stressed, which, is very common. It shouldn't just go away. However, it's weird feeling all the stress in, this little middle area and, feeling it trying to escape, but it's just, held in. It's a weird sensation.
And the citalopram's like, no!
Yeah, it's very weird. It's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. But, yeah, so that happened. Medication's been working greatly. It's helped a lot. I'm pretty sure that helped along with you with me getting a new job. The interview process has never been so easy. I normally would stress so much about the build up to the interview process. I'm just like, all right, we got this.
When I used to interview, and I mean it probably still happens, but I don't eat before I interview anymore because I will throw up. Just the nerves and everything builds up so much.
No, I get it.
That I can't eat before. I know they're like, oh, you should eat because you'll have energy and you'll be awake and everything, and I'm like, I cannot. And it started happening in college too. Before a test, if we would go get Starbucks or whatever, my stomach was just like, nah, we can't have that.
Yeah.
But
stress.
So I haven't found the wonders of medication.
Yeah.
Quite like he has.
I got lucky, and bless my soul for that. But yeah, it's been good. It's been interesting. That's been the greatest part about the year, really, finding drugs and a new job. And not exactly those kinds of way, but
finding drugs.
Yeah, but finding the help that I needed and moving forward with that, and then the whole stress of moving all that stuff, which I didn't find as stressful as you do because you handle a lot more of the blunt work of the getting everything organized. I was mostly just poorly packing things away apparently, but yeah,
you can reference our moving podcast if you want to hear more about that.
Yeah, but I didn't stress out about that as much as you did, which it is what it is. But
I mean,
thankfully we're done with all that, and we're moving into the new year with hopefully less stress.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, part of the stress was just it's gonna cost a lot, but also the fact that we didn't know if the elevators are gonna be working or not.
They didn't,
and they're still not working a month later. The second floor is almost full, and we're moving to the third, and there's no elevator yet. We pray for you.
Yeah,
but
not our problem though.
Nope. But yeah, so, but it's been going well. We had that whole debacle with our internet too, where because our building's set up to have one gigabyte speed line for the whole building,
which
but
it's
not every time somebody hops on, it cuts in half because they're just using splitters everywhere.
Yeah, it's not a great idea, but
so
again, not our
it took us a while to get them to knock off that price from our rent, and then we were able to get our own line for the same price, same speed because of a Christmas promotion.
Mm-hmm.
But other than the Christmas
3%.
What?
Nothing. Go on.
Oh,
inside joke.
I heard you. But other than that, Christmas time's a hard time because everybody who is supposed to work on our building's internet, because they're the ones who installed it, was out on Christmas vacation.
Yeah,
so we cycled through 2 or 3 other people before somebody was just like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, shout out to
and,
Eureka.
Props to Eureka. He found it. And, he got me all set up, and he was amazing. 5 out of 5 stars.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
If you ever see this, you're great.
What if it does? What if it's like, oh, I know that guy?
Then he'll know he's great.
But yeah, that was a big thing going to. And again, hopefully this next year we have mostly chill times than, stressful times.
And I will say one of the most stressed times I've ever been this whole year was not having internet for a whole week straight or I kept hitting out, and it wouldn't work, and it'd always be in the middle of playing games, and then I work from home, and that is my peak stress in like years.
That was fine. I slept. That's all you can do when you don't have internet.
Yeah. The one night where we did the date night, we went to the movies too. That was fun.
What did we watch?
Wonka.
It was Wonka. Yeah, that was a good movie. It's a musical.
It's
For
a
all you
musical.
people who don't know, it's a musical.
It's good. It was very fun.
Yeah.
But
it's a good movie. I wouldn't say I would recommend it to you though.
You don't think I would like it?
I don't think so. Not to the full extent, but it is a good movie.
is it because of the music?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you're a musical kind of guy. Going to see a movie.
I think it depends. Like if it's supposed to be and that's fine, then I can appreciate it for what it is. But if it's freaking Miss Marvel and there's just a random Disney musical number in the middle that makes absolutely no sense.
Sure.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
That was not fun. That was cringy.
It's hilarious. It's so random.
It was
so
something.
random.
It was something.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
I
say you probably won't like it as much, but
I think you'd enjoy it.
Yeah. Definitely a one and done.
But I think, watch it on like Netflix.
Or on an airplane.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, on the way to the wedding.
What if it's
maybe.
available by then? Yeah.
It should be. That's 3 months from now.
We'll see. It might not just be one of the things that's not on.
So, let's move on and talk about the meaning of New Year's. So, Ryan, do you have any facts you'd like to share with us?
No.
About New Year's?
It happens once a year.
Yeah, I'm gonna bequeath this to Josh's Cliff Notes corner.
Yeah, so
As I was not given time to prepare.
yeah, so welcome to Josh's Cliff Note version of Ryan's corner.
All right.
I'm a little sticky now.
Josh's Ryan's corner.
Yeah.
Ryan's corner with Josh.
But as most people know, New Year's happens once a year.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
When does that?
When does it happen?
The beginning of January.
The beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Why does that happen?
Why does that happen?
Yeah.
Because the Earth rotates. Anyways, enough of your pastry. Enough of your pastry. So.
Well, I mean, I feel like we were
I'm
both
gonna give you that
expecting you to
one.
say a specific thing, and so I was asking questions to say the specific thing, and then kept saying another thing, and I'm like, we're not getting there.
Yeah. So I'm done with your stuff. I'm going back to my thing. But, a little fun fact about New Year's. A lot of the times, at least here in America, we tend to do New Year's with, like, friends and all that. Like, it's more of, like, an individual thing as opposed to a family thing. Where, like, Christmas for us is more of a family-oriented holiday for us. But in Japan, it's actually the other way around, where Christmas is normally the time to hang out with with friends, and New Year's is a day to spend time with your family.
I mean, I'm surprised. Japan, do they celebrate it as like a national holiday?
Yeah, pretty sure they
That's
do.
surprising, just because it is like a Christian holiday, and I wouldn't think that they
Christmas.
New Year's.
Christmas.
Okay. Yeah.
So I wouldn't think they.
Well, I mean, Christianity exists in Japan. I don't know if it's the predominant religion, but it's
Yeah, but I don't think
They're also adopting a lot of more Western culture.
Yeah, I mean, I just wouldn't think it'd be like a national holiday, because it's like, companies here can celebrate other holidays, but pretty much our whole calendar it's either Christian or U.S. related.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like we're like, oh, here's a cool Jewish
Did
holiday.
you know in Japan during Christmas time they like have KFC out and about? KFC is a big thing in Japan. And
Fried chicken's a huge thing in
every culture.
Asia.
Every culture, but yeah, Asia. But they have like the colonel outside, and he's like dressed up as a Santa. It's great.
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, so
That's my little Cliff Note version.
So Ryan,
Good job, Josh.
what does New Year's mean to you? Like, what's the significance of this day, if you have one?
I think it depends on one's mental state and kind of going into this. Like, I think that there are times for me it's just another day.
Sure.
It's just another year. We're just keeping on trucking.
Just another manic Monday.
Yeah, it's true.
It is on a Monday.
It is on a Monday.
Yeah. And it's just, that's kind of what it is. We're just moving. We're just grooving. It's nothing special. But then I do think that if you're in the right headspace and if you're kind of more present, future minded, and you're able to kind of appreciate that, it's a good time to reflect like we're doing and be like, you know what, this year was what it was, and we had some good times and bad times, and that's great, and that's fine. And now we're on to the next one. And what happened, and now we move towards the future, and we see what's happening this year, and we're gonna try to learn from what we can learn from, and make it a good one.
Yeah, as I also once said, the past is in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go. Anyways, yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a fine way to go about approaching the new year. Is that, you know, the whole new year, new me. I think it's overdone.
Sure.
But I think that there's something to glean from that. It's
Absolutely.
a time to reflect and be like, what can I do different this year?
When, you know, it's a good way to end a chapter. You know, if we're all thinking of our lives as a book, it's easy to think about like chapters being separated as like a year, whether it's on your birthday or New Year's or whatever.
Sure.
Maybe your life's multiple different books, and in this book, the chapters, the years, and you're just like, okay, that chapter's over. We can reset, restart. Things will be better, especially for everybody who's like having a hard time or down on their luck. They're just like, you know, and because we all want hope, because without hope, what do we have, right?
Absolutely.
And so, you know, you're hopeful. You're like, next year's gonna be better.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe for the past 3 years that hasn't worked out for any of us because COVID and, you know, all of that. But you know, we all gotta keep hope alive and believe that, you know, this year will be our year, because it's really hard when you don't believe that and you're just like, well, what's the point of anything? And that's how depression happens.
It is how depression happens. Pessimism. Oof. The bitch sometimes.
So what would you say what's the meaning of it for you?
I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like New Year's and the meaning behind it is like a new start. Although I do find it funny with like, I don't know if you guys have had the same experience in high school where like, you know, you go through your winter break or whatever, and then it's the new year and the new semester or whatever, the new part of the high school year, and people act so drastically different for no reason.
It's time to reinvent yourself.
It's funny because
but there's reinvention and just forgetting like everything from the past.
Yes.
Well, it's funny because when you're in school, you technically get 2 times a year where you could restart. It's either the start of the school year or the start of the year, because we're, you know, we get our summer break.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's to me, I just always find it funny, like all the other classmates that I had who were like, I feel like their personalities changed. Like they did a whole 180, and it's like, that is weird. And now you're an asshole for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you do you, but it's just like, now I just don't want to interact with you.
I mean, I think the craziest change I've ever seen over winter break was what happened with our physics teacher.
Oh, that's right.
Is so the first half of the year, he was all normal. He was a dad of one of the girls in color guard, so we knew her through band and interacted with him a bit. And then he was our physics teacher for the first half of the year. Second half of the year, she came back and was just a totally different person, and it's just so weird because you have like such a view of like your teachers, especially when you're like younger. You're like, these. It's not that they're not real people, but they don't change, right? There's not like they pretty much always the same. And like he always had his mustache, but that was gone. It was just such a drastic change. I mean, I'm happy that he's living his true, authentic self. She's. I'm sorry.
You respect the pronouns.
We do respect the pronouns, even though sometimes we mess up.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But yeah, that was just like the crazy. Like you're talking about people totally changing themselves. That was so like out of left field as a student, and you're just like, yeah, you can do that, but like, whoa.
Now I have to adjust to this new environment that I did not expect.
And it's no longer, and because I've had teachers get married before.
Sure.
And then you have to go from like Miss to Mrs. new last name.
Sure.
And this was going from Mr. last name to Mrs. same last name.
Yeah.
And it's just such like a
weird
mind fuck
kind of. Yeah, it's a weird transition.
And that was the first exposure I think we ever had to like a trans person, which was you know, very interesting experience.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Everybody pretty much accepted her.
That's good.
And was just like, okay, this is the new thing.
She's still the person grading the papers.
Yeah, she's still my teacher.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, that's those are the weird things you see, like a drastic change, but I feel like that's more understandable
But
than a student just changing their personality.
You just sparked my memory with like somebody completely changing themselves, and
I got it. Yeah,
I know somebody who completely changed themselves.
Yeah.
But like, shout out to her, and I hope everything's going great for you.
But yeah, New Year's. Yeah. Weird reinvention time.
What does it mean to you, Ian?
I think I touched on it a little bit, but I mean, I think it's a good time to, if you think things aren't going so well, you can start over, and if things are going well, you're like, another year to keep doing,
let's keep
progressing forward, like, build on the momentum that you have from the previous year, because it's all about momentum, or trying to get that momentum of a positive, better life. I think
we're trying to keep that momentum too.
Yeah,
for as long as possible.
So it's a good time to just reflect, and then just be like, this is what I want to do, or maybe you don't know what you want to do, and you're like, this is a good time to figure it out, or like my goal for the year is just to figure it out. Yeah. Or get closer to figuring it out.
And sometimes it's enough.
Yeah. You are enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Billy?
In me.
Was there anything we talked about before resolutions and stuff?
No. Do you want me to tell my story again, though? My quick anecdote?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we recorded this episode, and then it didn't record. So
for whatever reason.
We're truncating it. But I do have a funny story related to New Year's Eve that I thought was really funny.
Yeah, so let's do New Year's Eve stories.
Okay, yeah. I just have the one, really.
It's a good one.
So when I was with my ex, with Daisy, one year she wanted, there was this concert. Third Eye Blind was playing somewhere in LA on New Year's Eve, and she was just like, wouldn't it be so cool to go into the new year listening to Closing Time? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, they don't sing that song. That's not a Third Eye Blind song. And she was just like, who sings Closing Time then? Closing Time. Yeah. Great song. It's a great song. It's a great song, right? And I'm like, I think it's a band called Semisonic. And she's just like, who the fuck is Semisonic? And I'm like, they're the guys who sing Closing Time. I don't know. And she's like, I don't want to go anymore. And I'm just like,
ruined the whole Third Eye Blind concert.
Yeah, and I was just, it's so funny to me every time I think about it. It was really great. Yeah, so we didn't end up going to see Third Eye Blind.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah. I'm like, they do that song. I don't know. She was really disappointed by that.
Yeah. When you started that story, I was like, did they say they were going to do a cover of Closing Time or whatever?
No, there was just like a poster of like Third Eye Blind, and they're like, oh, we're going to do this concert. At midnight.
Daisy just attributed the wrong song
She just
to
thought that it was a Third Eye Blind song, and I'm like, it's kind of close, I guess, but no, they don't do that one.
It's funny.
It was really funny, yeah. Do you have any New Year's stories or New Year's related stories?
For me, like, New Year's is just like spending time with the family. We love to play loteria, which is just bingo, essentially. Yeah. And they love to make fun of me whenever I pronunciate the Spanish words, because I never get it right. I'm like, yeah, it's El Ketchup. Mm-hmm. And everyone's like, he doesn't know Spanish, and we have a good old time about that. On my expense, but nonetheless.
And then you take all their quarters.
And then I take all their money, yeah.
And you're the real winner there.
Yeah, doesn't matter. You can laugh on me. I'm richer.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so my favorite memory of New Year's is back in like 5th grade. So New Year's is a week after Christmas, and every Christmas Eve we would visit our family. Huh?
You said New Year's is the week after Christmas, like most times, yeah?
Yeah.
Every time?
Go on, yeah. Okay.
And...
I got you, Josh.
Yeah.
I understand. He threw off my groove. Anyway, so he had recently just taught us about anime and Naruto.
He who?
our cousin.
Mm-hmm.
He, just the he. It was
The
God.
God was
Came down
like,
here
you
with-
must watch Naruto.
He came
You're
down
gonna
with-
love this shit.
with a DVD set of all Naruto.
Santa gave us Naruto DVDs.
They're really cool ninja stuff. It's awesome.
It's gonna be your personality for the next year or two.
But yeah, so yeah, that's when we said ninja.
Yeah.
But so we had recently learned about it. We watched it on Toonami that Saturday or whatever, and then they were like, "Hey, tomorrow we're doing," because I think it was on a Sunday at that time.
Would not.
But do not fact check me.
I won't.
They were like, "Oh, we're gonna on New Year's Eve we're gonna do this marathon from like sometime in the morning all the way till midnight."
It's like 8:30 to midnight.
Yeah, of all the Naruto episodes that were out. So, you know, what do? We wake up, we go in the room, put on the TV, and we'll watch Naruto. All the way from the beginning to midnight. We like never left the room except to get food or for bathroom breaks or whatever. And we would just play our DS's,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe they were Game Boys at the time.
2005, I think we still had Game Boys, yeah.
And it was just a great time.
It was a great day. It was a good day.
All
That's
the way,
when we became anime fans.
all the way through the tuning exams. Yeah, that was the birth of our anime, whatever. Anime love fandom.
So thank you, Cartoon Network, for having a full day Naruto marathon in 2005.
It is beautiful,
You're a real one.
Mr. Grinch. And then probably so I don't know if you have, other than Loteria, if you have a lot of tradition on New Year's Eve.
Not really. I mean, I would say the traditions where I think it's a more Hispanic oriented thing. I'm not sure if it's every other culture or you guys just never heard of it, but like, you know, New Year's happens, the ball hits, you know, you hear all the newscasters say like Happy New Year on TV or whatever, and then you hug everyone, you have to hug everyone, make sure that...
I mean, you guys all do that on Christmas too.
Yeah. You also do with the dog if there's a dog. But we do that, and then, you know, we also celebrate by eating grapes. You know, and I forget how many grapes it is, but it's supposed to like signify specific things for each grape that you eat and all that. It's little traditions. I don't know if that's a Hispanic thing or just every culture that has like some variation of that or something.
Yeah, because for us, what we would do is when we first moved up here, I don't remember what happened before, but Mom and Dad would have the neighbors from down the street, they would come over and they'd eat Chinese food. But Randy and I did not like Chinese food because we were like 10 and we were still like, if it's not a nugget, I don't want it.
True. Now time has changed and you're more willing for Chinese food, but still, if it's not a nugget though.
If it's not a nugget, I question.
Yeah.
But so we got McDonald's and they got Chinese food, and then it eventually evolved into Panda Express on New Year's because, you know, that's the Chinese food we were okay with. And then eventually, usually we just go out to dinner, even though it's super crowded. And that's where we probably had one of the worst experiences on New Year's Eve is, we went to this Teppan Grill restaurant called Yamato's. It's very similar to Benihana. And the way it's set up is that you sit at your grill, which is seating of 8 people around the grill, and then you're opposite another grill with another 8. So it forms like a giant square of 16 people. And we were 4 people, because it's me and him, Mom and Dad. And we were put on the inside next to the wall. And there was a wall right behind us, too. So there's a wall around it. And then the other 12 people were one party. And they were just being obnoxious. They were drinking a lot. They were not necessarily playing games, but throwing stuff back and forth and just being really loud. And they all wanted to do something, the 12 of them together. But that's not how it worked, because you're supposed to act as like an 8. Because each table gets their chef and you do things together. But they didn't want to do that because they're like, we are 12. And it was just like not a great experience. And I know the restaurant can't really do a lot about it. But like, I mean, they were pretty much making our experience terrible. And I don't know about the other families around us. But there are a lot of families with like kids. And then these adults that are like probably around their 30s. Just kind of being obnoxious in the middle of the restaurant, and it just wasn't a great time.
I don't have any memories of that.
Yeah, do I, buddy?
But
Well, I feel better.
Yeah. Sure.
But yeah, so it was so bad that I decided I was gonna write a Yelp review about it because it's just like, you know, I mean, we didn't like speak to a manager or anything, but it's just like I feel like somebody should know just because it was so unpleasant, and this is a place we went to for like every special occasion at the time, like birthday, Mother's Day, Father's Day,
Dog's
New Year's,
birthday.
yeah, you know, half birthday, no, but
Quarter birthday.
and I think that kind of stopped it for a while because. I mean, our parents didn't want to go back because it was such a terrible experience, and like, I mean, we weren't thrilled either. Even on the
So
food.
bad, I blocked it from my memory.
Food's really good. It's just like Mammoth. That's how Mom thinks.
Mammoth was not a bad vacation.
It was.
Forgot to mention it one time.
And all of a sudden, he slayed the shark. Yeah.
But yeah, so that wasn't the greatest, but it was memorable.
Yeah, that's for sure. Apparently.
But yeah, and then
very memorable.
Yeah,
I
that's
too
good.
also.
But then every year at midnight, you know, Mom will text us like 20 seconds before. Be like, you gotta come in, and then so we'll run to the living room. We'll watch the ball drop on TV. We'll toast with something. We've tried champagne. We've tried cider. We stick with water. and you know, we toast, we hug, we go Happy New Year, and then we go back.
Yeah.
Because we're old now.
Yeah.
But I remember when you're a kid, it's such like gotta stay up till midnight, right?
It really loses the effect when that's just like normal bedtime.
Yeah. Really does.
And you're like, or you go to bed, like I go to bed at like 11. I try to go to bed at 11. So I'm like, I don't want to stay up till midnight. God, like I'm going to lose some sleep. Like I'm tired, but I guess it's one day, whatever.
And it's annoying, especially because like you get New Year's off, but it's like, if I'm staying up till midnight, can I have the next day off?
Well, I used to not get either off. I would be working both days. So I'm like, I don't want to stay up till midnight when I have to get up at 6 tomorrow to go to work.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I was at work all day today.
Oh yeah, one year we went to the Cube for the New Year's celebration, and they did like a ball drop with balloons and stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That's right.
They were like 3, 2.
It was called Noon Year's because we did it at noon.
And then they had like a giant cage, and they released all the balloons. It was fun.
It was really fun filling that up with balloons too.
Just to have it all go away really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that again too just before the pandemic, and it didn't go as well.
It wasn't as popular because that place was so crowded.
It was that is the most crowded I ever saw that museum. It was packed, like shoulder to shoulder packed.
People were so excited.
Yeah, it was a good.
Because their kids can stay up till noon, they can't stay up till midnight.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a great idea. I don't know if they do it anymore,
but yeah, that was fun. And then now I remember a lot of times too. It's funny because playing games, like I used to play this MMO, and basically every hour, all day long, people are just going Happy New Year from like noon because it was mostly like Europe to Pacific time zone, so like from like maybe noon to midnight my time on the hour, just be like Happy New Year. And then you see people slowly logging off because their New Year happened. And by the time mine gets to it, there's like very few people that I still talk to left because all my friends are in future time zones. And it's just like, yay. but I always remember that just because it was fun.
All here.
The gang's all here.
Callbacks. It's funny.
That's pretty much how it was. I was like, wee. But yeah, I mean, so that's just some of the memories. But it's fun because I'm like, I get to be a part of your New Year, but then everybody goes to bed because they're like, I'm not staying up another 2 hours for you.
Yeah, and
I'm like, that's fair.
Yeah, that's completely fair.
Some years I don't want to stay up an extra 2 hours.
Yeah.
So, in the spirit of New Year's, let's do some goals / resolutions.
Yeah.
We'll start with Josh.
Hit me.
What are your resolutions for 2024?
I feel like my resolutions for next year is I want to read more. I love a good story here and there, and I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks recently, and I just want to do more of that. I feel like I come into phases of like reading and listening to books or whatever, and they just kind of go away, and I just can't find a good book, but now I have like a good list of books that I heard are really good. So I'm just like, all right, time to go down the line and see which books are actually good and which ones are just like fluff that people say that were good, but they're not. So I want to do that. I want to read more books and hopefully able to keep that going throughout the year. I'm like my brother too, where I want to learn a new skill, and I'm thinking about getting into sewing so I can like adjust my pants, because I feel like that's just a nice skill to have in general.
It's full practical.
It's practical, yeah, absolutely. So just learn a new skill. I feel like that'd be nice to do. And the last thing that I want to do this year is just walk more. Like I enjoy a good walk. Walking is very therapeutic to me.
Agreed.
It's just one of those moments where you just kind of like take a moment to like stop thinking about what's going on in life and just like focus on what's going around, listen to music or
yeah, you could even listen to your audiobooks.
Yeah, books
do
or
a 2 for 1.
Yeah, exactly. And just be okay with it. This is the only thing that's going on right now, and that's all that matters. I just want to do more. Not necessarily have a set number of things that I want to do. I just want to do more of in this year. So that's my resolutions.
What about you?
I haven't really thought about it because New Year's resolutions aren't really my thing. I try to just continually grow instead of have like a kind of arbitrary time of now I'm gonna be better for this. But I guess I would say continue doing well in school. And I'm going to be interning this year, so that will be exciting, hopefully, and scary, and a lot.
I mean, it's a new experience, so it's all of those in one.
So just do my best at that and keep going on this path that I have chosen would be great, and see how that works out. I'd also like, I guess, to be more active in things, like continue being more social and trying and experiencing things and being open to new things, including like music. Like there's a lot of music that I'm always like, oh, I want to like listen to this band, or like I know this band but I don't really know any music by them or whatever. Like the other day I started listening to Pearl Jam because like I know Pearl Jam, like I like grunge music. I've been to Seattle. Like it's like I and it's a band that I'm familiar with, but I don't really know any Pearl Jam songs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I should just listen to Pearl Jam. Like, so I want to like take the time to like dive into music and artists and stuff that I like.
Pearl Jam, yeah, and others.
Yeah, and others, and just kind of experience more music. Like even Tool. Like I love Tool. But I only know like a handful of songs. I'm like, I should listen to full albums. Like I want to listen to full albums of artists that I like that I haven't before, and like, or Streetlight Manifesto. Like I know Somewhere in the Between, and I know the few albums before that, but they've come out with new albums since 2008.
They're not stuck in 2008.
No,
they didn't peak.
Or 2010 or whatever when Somewhere in the Between came out, and I'm like, I should listen to that stuff. Like I want to listen. So I want to, and like movies. Like there's a lot of movies I want to watch that I haven't watched, or shows that I want to watch that I haven't watched, and I'm always like, oh, I don't have time. And that's true to an extent, but then like usually when it comes down to like if I have time, then I'm tired, or I just throw on YouTube because I don't want to think about things or pay attention to things. But I should and I want to make more of an effort to explore new things.
Yeah, I mean, one of my coworkers, he's a big movie critic, or he used to be like one of the critics that would show up on like Rotten Tomatoes and stuff. He was part of the tomato meter and all that stuff, which is pretty cool.
That is cool. I would love that.
And we decided that because me and my other coworker Kevin, we're like the same age. He's in between me and Josh. His birthday, and he was telling us about all these old movies, such as Die Hard, which we had never seen. So we're like, hey, why don't we try this thing in 2024 where we do like Jeff's movie of the month, and then we'll watch it, and maybe during a lunch once a month we'll talk about it, and that'd be really cool because he is a big movie person, and his kids are like 10, 13-ish, I think. Might be like 8 and 12, I don't know. But they're around that age, and he shows them those types of movies all the time.
Yeah.
And we're like, wow, we should like that'd be a fun thing to do. So
Absolutely.
we can try doing like a movie of the month and like maybe an artist of the month for music or something like that.
That would be cool. I like that. I always liked watching movies with Neo when we were friends. That was one of my favorite things to do. Was that we would watch like a movie a week. We would have like movie nights.
Yeah.
And we would watch a movie and we would talk about it, and like it was always fun. And so I would bring that back with you guys, because that also helps me to watch it, because then I have to watch it. You know, like I have to sit down and watch this movie instead of saying, "Oh, I'm going to," and then never do. It's like, no, I'm doing this. I have a reason, quote unquote, to do it, which helps.
Yeah, we have our cool new projector and stuff. You know, maybe you can come when you do movie night.
Do movie nights.
Classic movie night.
That'd be fun. I like the artist of the month too. Then we could all be exposed to new music.
Yeah. We could do that.
So
that'd be nice.
Yeah.
So for my resolutions for next year.
Wait, I only had two.
Oh, I thought.
What was my third one?
I don't know. Be more active.
It was be more active, school,
and social.
Well, I kind of lumped in.
Well, because it was active socially and like culturally.
Sure.
I had a third one last time.
I thought you said something about your internship.
Yeah, that was lumped in with school though.
I don't remember.
What was I had a third one last time.
I don't know. It's never. Okay, say it's recorded.
If you were to say it didn't record again, Josh,
we would be done with the day.
We would just call it quits.
Yeah, no,
I'm leaving him here.
It wouldn't be my fault though. I literally have not done anything.
Okay, I can't remember a third one. Move on.
Okay, we'll come back. Think about it. So for mine,
it was to just continue being a better person and working on myself. That's what it was.
Your goal is continued growth.
Yeah.
Which is a good goal to have.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
So my goals are, kind of along the lines of that. So a lot of the growth I tried to start in 2023, which I feel like didn't actually result in anything, but they helped me like figure out what that looks like for me. Is cook more at home, like do meal prep and stuff like that. Because not only is it usually healthier food than like fast food all the time, but it's also nicer on your wallet. And with rent going up because we moved into a bigger place, we need to try to save money somewhere else. So I think trying to do that in balance so that I'm saving about the same amount every month as I was before would be nice. Also contributing to the goal of just being healthier in general. Like there were a couple of 2 to 3 month periods where we would go to the gym 3 times a week ish, even though I always ended up on the weekend because that's when nobody goes there. It was nice to be more active and like doing stuff. Absolutely. So I want to, but I haven't because we've been moving it and everything was super stressful, which might have been a good time to go. I don't know, but I didn't. There's a lot of times, like especially even when I was doing therapy and stuff, where sometimes just the thought of having to carve out that 1 hour to go to therapy was so stressful that I'm like, I don't know if what I'm getting is worth all the stress of feeling like I have to find that 1 hour. Sure. Especially because a lot of people work in the hours of 9 to 5, and I work in the hours of 9 to 5, and I'm like, I have to carve out this time for you, but I also have to do this, and I also do that, and it's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, and then my last one was
oh my god, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's all in one spot. My last one was just like I want to try to work towards figuring out what I want to do in life. Like I do enjoy what I want to do, what I am doing, but I don't know if it's what I want to keep doing forever. Sure. So, I just
start your own bakery.
I'm not doing that. I would love to start a business of some kind, but
not a bakery.
I don't know what it is now.
Okay.
Just gotta try things. That's what I had to end up doing, is just try things and see what works, and not everything's going to, and that's okay.
Yeah. But I want to work towards that, so.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see
what
what happens this year.
Before we wrap up, I want to ask you one more resolution.
One more resolution?
What is something that you would like to do focused on this podcast for next year? This time I'm going to start with Ryan.
I think I'm the worst one to start with. I want us to stay consistent. I think lately we've been doing a good job of being consistent with making time to record because we've all been busy with different things, but we've been doing a good job of making time to record, even if it doesn't always work out the way we want to.
Yeah.
We're like, we're going to do 4 episodes today, and we get out 2, but you know what? We got out those 2.
We did something.
We did something, and I want to continue doing that. I also am going to futurely piggyback off something that I think Josh is going to talk about because he did before, and I really liked his idea. So I'm gonna throw it to Josh.
Yeah, for what I want for our podcast is really like expand into other things, like making the being not just a podcast specifically. Like I think it'd be very fun for us to have like a little gaming side thing going on in our channel. I think that'd be really great. We're all big gamers. We love that.
Yeah, we play video games, board games.
Yeah, it'd be fun. It'd be funny.
Yeah.
You would see the buffoonery that is us playing.
The tomfoolery, if you will.
You will see the amount of my luck and his unluckiness in games and how hysterically comedic it is sometimes.
Oh, man.
It would be great.
Just some of the most, like, inaudible dying laughing moments.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's a lot of fun.
And it'd be great to like, you know, capture all that and have that be something that other people will enjoy watching. And then not just like gaming either. Like one other thing that I suggest is like it'd be fun if like we did like our own like little cooking thing going on. Like
cooking with the beans, he called it, and I think that that's a hilarious idea.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny.
I think
our experience of like learning to cook things, because I don't say we're like masterful cooks at anything.
No, I mean I wouldn't say we're like absolute novices.
No,
but if this is like level 1 to 10, we're like a 3.
Ooh, I think you're giving us too much credit.
Yeah, I give myself.
I give it a 2.
Yeah, I give myself a 2.
Okay, I'm on a 3.
Okay.
I've definitely cooked more than you.
Probably, maybe.
And I cook more than you.
Yeah, but that's due to circumstance, and things are changing.
Agreed.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, that's why I put myself at a 3.
Sure.
But, yeah, and then, so for me, I want us as a team, but also, like, I want to try to, like, help lead the better promotion. Sure. Like advertising and getting onto more platforms. I figured out how YouTube Shorts works. Like I don't know if this was there before or not. From what I read before is you have to add the hashtag shorts and then YouTube will just figure it out and put it on a short. That didn't work. But now there's a videos tab and there's a shorts tab and you can just upload straight to the shorts tab and then it should be a short. So I want to try that and then get on TikTok because that's where all the cool kids are. And yeah, just try to branch out, especially if we have more content and stuff. But yeah,
we'll see what happens.
I think this has been a lot of fun, gentlemen.
It's been
and I would like to continue with you guys. Yeah. And who knows what's gonna happen with the beans? Yeah.
Maybe we'll have guests on. That's an idea we've been floating around too.
I've had friends ask about guest starring, and I think it's hard because where we film is also a little far from where most of the people I know are.
It's true. And
also, as you can see, our setup doesn't exactly have enough room for a 4th person.
Yeah, unless they're their own separate portion, their own camera.
Which could be so we're gonna have to figure it out. Yeah. But
we'll get Lily on here.
But yeah, and if you want to be a guest, comment down below, or text me
about it.
And we'll figure out how to get you in.
No guarantees.
No guarantees.
And if you tell us what topic you'd like to talk about, because I think that's a big thing. Like maybe if we're really interested in your topic, we'll be like, yeah, we'll find a spot for you.
Yeah.
So
we're not making any promises. We gotta figure out the logistics first.
Yeah, and then we'll go from there.
But if there's interest, I think we will.
Interest, so we're gonna note that.
And the stronger the interest, the faster we'll try to figure it out.
Sure. These are the hopes for the year.
These are the goals of the year, and not everybody completes all their goals, but it's good to have them.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
And with that, we will choose the king for the next episode.
You won last time. You can just keep the win.
We need to record it.
Sure. Yellow.
Whatever color loses.
Purple. It's all purple.
No, I'm gonna go red again. I'm gonna stick to what we did last time.
Green.
And we'll leave it up to fate. Do you win yet?
I think you won. That looked like a lot of green to me. Oh, there's blue. I should pick blue.
There's 3
Blue?
green and 2 yellow.
Okay, Ian wins.
Yeah.
Yay!
The universe has righted itself.
We started off the podcast with him. We're gonna end it with him. We're gonna start it again.
Tune in next time. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us out.
Guys,
Ryan works hard on polls on Spotify, and we would love to start getting some responses for that because I think it's a lot of fun. And we'll see you next year or throughout the rest of this year.
It is now.
So,
this year now.
It is allegedly.
see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright, someone click stop.